Time for that Gillette countdown into this second innings of this match. Let's play. 189 the target. Out first ball. Shahjil Khan, who's a danger man, has miscued that straight to Mohammad Irfan at a short fine leg, and that is the perfect start for Peshawar Zalmi.
And it's the wicket of the man in form, Shahjil Khan, the only batsman to score a century in this PSL. Wasn't the best of deliveries, should have been put away, but it was put away to the tallest man on the park, Mohammad Irfan. Make no mistake. Love the celebration from the youngster. He's given his team the perfect start. Shahjil goes for a duck. Karachi now 0 for 1.
One ball into the chase. We have a wicket already. We have a new man at the crease, who is Joe Clark, who has an excellent strike rate as and when he gets going, but that's the key. You've got to get going each and every day. Pushed across him. In the end, just left alone. Well, the shorter ball first up. Shahjil Khan can be very quick on these, but he's slightly late this time. It's up near the splice, it's a miscue, and he goes straight to Mohammad Irfan. It's a short, fine leg.
Well, it's not a short, fine leg, is it? It's a very tall,
his inside leg is immense, I know.
Imagine measuring him for a suit. Be there all day.
You'd need a ladder.
The big plus about that wicket as well is from the bowling point of view. There's no Wahab Riaz in this lineup today. Wahab is nursing a little back injury. He bowled splendidly in the last match, picking up 4 for 17, his best figures in PSL. So Zalmi are operating on a different level from the bowling perspective, so that's a big plus for Mohammad Imran, and it's always a big plus for Mohammad Irfan. And he's picked up a couple of catches in this tournament. Yeah, Wahab Riaz not in action today. Saqib Mahmood, Ahmed Irfan, of course, Ravi Bopara to bowl his, well, he bowls all sorts. He bowls some spin, some seam, cutters, Ahmad Butt, and Umaid Asif, and Shoaib Malik, of course, can bowl as well, his off spin.
Karachi yet to get off the mark. Well, they'll bank on the fact that teams chasing have comfortably been able to chase everything down in this tournament. And the man on the other end, it took an absolute peach of a delivery to get rid of him. Shaheen Shah Afridi the other day. But we all know what Babar Azam is capable of. Interesting start, this one. One wicket to begin with, and Karachi still searching for the first run.
Well, they've got their first runs now. They've got 4 of them all in one go. The chance of a wicket maiden is ruined, but what a very, very good start from Mohammad Imran. Just losing it for that final ball. It's 4 for 1.
Picked up by the English and Joe Clark.
Well, that final ball of the first over just picked up beautifully, just a little bit short, no more than that. Joe Clark absolutely middles it. No one out there, of course, at this stage of the innings. So 4 for 1 after 1. Mohammad Irfan to bowl the second over of this innings. Good piece of fielding, and another good piece of fielding to follow up as well, as there's that little bit of confusion between the batsmen as to whether or not there was a run available. TKC good on the dive.
Bit of aerial clean fielding here. TKC and Shoaib Malik, the duo, putting on a very good show. He did really well to stop a certain boundary. It's going to be another close one here. Lots of action in the middle here. Calling for the quick singles. Could that have been another chance?
Bapara is the fielder. Good pick up. Just over the top of the stumps. Is it directly there? Just over. But he was well in. He was fine. He would have been fine. Babar Azam, for the record, has been run out 5 times in PSL. Just avoided the 6th there. Yeah, wide. Down that leg side. Stretch the arms.
If you had all the weapons at your disposal, like Mohammad Irfan, you're a walking skyscraper in cricket, and the ball is like a golf ball in your hand. You shouldn't score runs against him. He shouldn't concede runs, and he should be so difficult to play against. And it's a long half volley. He shouldn't be delivering those. Not from that height. It should be up into the ribcage, but batsmen just can't get the ball away.
Well, tell you one thing though, this is a sweet offering to Joe Clark, but the thing about Mohammad Irfan, he's been around a long, long time. This is not a young man of 22 in the prime of his life. This is a man who's sadly towards the end of a career, and there are a lot of moving parts that are creaking. And Mohammad Irfan as well, Alan. Now, talking about moving parts, this is a moving ball going through not quite the car wash. It's a big spin cycle. So, snap a picture, WhatsApp it to 0300 Aerial PK. Enter the lucky draw to win washing machines. Stay tuned for a one-wash final. This is the Aerial Challenge. comfortable single.
Well, you might say he's in the autumn of his career, put that way. Over the autumn, the late autumn.
Look,
Mohammed Irfan.
To be fair to modern players, modern players, they play a lot longer than they used to.
But not the fast
30
bowlers.
years ago, fast bowlers at 38 would have been retired for 10 years. Well, 5 years. Guided away. Nothing wrong with that. Nicely under control. 12 for 1. For 1 after 2. Mohammed Imran's first over, a very good one. Wicket from the first ball, boundary from the last though. Thickish outside edge, just goes very quickly down to third man for 1.
That point I make about Mohammed Irfan is in 2018 in the Caribbean Premier League, he was playing for Barbados against St Kitts, and he picked up the wicket of Chris Gale. He bowled 4 overs, delivered 24 balls, and the 24th went for a single. 4 overs, 1 for 1. He just couldn't. He dropped it onto a golden patch, and you couldn't. No one could get the ball away.
All I can say to that, Alan, is that in 2018 he was 35, not 38. It's 3 years ago. I'd like to tell you about an over that Harold Larwood bowled in 1932, but it's not relevant.
Yeah, that's a fair way back, isn't it? 1932.
But to be fair, I have a lot of respect for him, and he's put a lot of good yards in as a bowler for a long, long time. Oh, good slow ball, really good slow ball.
A good addition to the side for Peshawar, Zalmi, this youngster. Bowls a very good slow one from the back of the hand. Did Joe Clark there?
Absolutely deceived him, didn't he?
Significant drop in pace as well, coming down to 108 from 140.
Oh, just over the top. It's no more than a flick. And yet it does what every other ball does on this outfield. It races away to the boundary.
Another slow one, trying the same delivery again. This time Joe Clark up to the task. Timed this one really well. No chance for Shoaib Malik at the ring.
Not a bad short ball, although the move across the stumps from Joe Clark gave him ample room to play the shot, and there's no one down at long leg. Couldn't get bat on ball, just discussing the possibilities of a wide.
Discussing or suggesting? But that's gone over leg stump. So I think the umpires he's made the right call.
More height, I'm guessing. And the line, you're right, the line is safe enough. But he'd moved so far across. The shot was on. I mean, this is maybe an anticipation. Slower bouncer this time. And that is put away. Ponder the question why bowlers have so many options. It is a guessing game sometimes. It is a game of cat and mouse. 21 for 1.
Sometimes you've got too many thoughts in your head as a bowler and you overcomplicate the thinking. And how many different varieties did he try and deliver in that over? Yeah, he'll think about it now. Wherever he goes to field, he'll just think about that last ball that has cost his side.
Now we're back with Mohammad Irfan. Maybe a better comparison would have been for me to pick an over from, say, Wasim Akram. Yeah, again, the point is that at their best, and this, again, I make the point deliberately, this man I have full respect for because he's had a good career, been a loyal servant for his many teams in Pakistan. It's no disrespect to say that someone is, maybe should we say, politely past his best.
Yeah, he's got a big heart and he runs in every game. He's always looking to cause destruction, which he should, as a giant fast bowler.
The only other thing I'd add is that his best chance is with the new ball start of the innings. Yeah, later in the day you see those creaks, the creaky joints, so you can hear them a little bit more. Up in the air, but safe. Just drops over mid-wicket. So he can still generate just enough pace to make a batsman late on the shot. That wasn't well struck.
Very rarely do you see a false shot from Babar Azam. That's where Irfan can be surprisingly quick off the wicket. With the ball coming from a certain height. David, your times, how many fast bowlers have you seen where you've actually had to probably change the angle to see that height of delivery, and how much of a difference does it actually make?
Well, I suppose the tallest I played against was a fellow called Joel Garner, big bird, who was I think 6'8". Alan reckons he was 6'10". Maybe it looks different to a tail ender from a top order batsman, I'm not sure, but he was tall.
He certainly did.
Oh, there's the edge. There is the edge. There is the wicket. Proving this man can still do it. Mohammad Irfan is the man to strike and take the second wicket. And it is that height, it is that bounce, which has helped generate this ball here and generate that wicket.
Clearly not creaking this afternoon is Mohammad Irfan. Nicely angled outside Joe Clarke's bat, who's had a bit of a rash shot at that, but it's a good wicket. Putting the pressure on to Karachi. Joe Clarke departs for 17. Karachi now 22 for 2.
Two down for 22. 4 balls gone in this fourth over. Now, for Colin Ingram, this could be a big day. He's not had a great tournament so far. The figures in his career in PSL are good. But this particular tournament, PSL 6, he's yet to get going. Two balls left in the over. It's nicely bowled.
Well, he's short of runs in this tournament, Colin Ingram, and he's got a great chance now, but this was Clark just going after one that climbed a little bit. That's the asset that Mohammad Irfan has. You see that ball has just bounced where maybe a shorter bowler wouldn't have achieved that bounce, but a little bit big. Difficult to do a high five with him sometimes as well. It's got to be a low five.
Well, 2 dot balls to finish off a very good over. He's 1 for 9 from 2. It's 22 for 2.
Ball has absolutely flown here from Babar Azam. Sweetly timed.
He's a good timer of the ball, Babar Azam. Good fielding. Peshawar Zalmi on course to defend a total.
Right, the Parkview City question has disappeared. And if I know the answer, I don't know the question. Abracadabra, where are you, Parkview City? Onto it quickly. Tom Kohler-Cadmore is the fielder out there. He's got a bit of work to do. Right, answer the question and win a plot of land. Who was the captain of the team that won the HBL PSL 2 years ago, 2019? Go to the Facebook page at Parkview City, win daily tablets and a plot at the end of the league. Who won the HBL PSL? Who was the captain of that winning team in 2019? Colin Ingram, South African born. Well, we've seen Colin Ingram. On his day, he can put away any bowler. If he's in the groove, he can get going. Right, this is yesterday's winner of the Parkview City question of the day, and the question was, who's affected the most run-outs in the HBL PSL? The winner is Umar Wali. And the answer to that question is Hassan Ali. What a gun fielder he is. What a very good fielder he is. Clearly. Those of you who may just be tuning in at the moment, you're probably wondering where Wahab Riaz is. He's not playing today. He's got a little back injury. Sensed that he wasn't at full fitness, or maybe was uncomfortable in his first couple of games, and he was expensive. He went for 51 and 54, and he took 4 for 17. Kamda hai se poj hada de move. Atade. And so he's got a little back injury and he's sitting this game out. So Wahab Riaz not playing.
Still, Peshawar Zalmi is doing well. Managed to put a decent total on the board, and then 2 early wickets. Removed the danger man Sharjeel in the first over. And then Joe Clark. They always looked like a side who could break that trend of winning the toss, winning the game.
Sense of calm on that coaching staff as well with Hashim Amla. You don't see Darren Sammy too flustered either. He's got loads of experience. Turned away. Babar Azam. Single off the last ball. 5 from the over. 5 gone. 27 for 2. Peshawar Zalmi 188 for 5. They scored 32 off the last over, which is a PSL record. It's the most expensive over in the HBL PSL, and Dan Christian was the man who delivered it. Unfortunately for the Australian, it was Ahmad Butt who climbed into him. Overpitched and driven beautifully by Babar Azam.
Well, they're enjoying it here in the afternoon sunshine, because this is just sheer class and timing up against Ufan. At 7'1", he shouldn't be bowling this length. I heard you on before, Wilco, with D.I. Gower, and it really needs to be a belly button height or more, given it's the new ball. And he's into his third, so it's this day and age. I heard you also chatting, Wilco, yeah, creaking bones, I get it too, and he's in the twilight of his career, so has to bowl inside that power play, make the most of a hard new ball, and bowl great lengths.
Well, I just think that's room service from Irfan. That's better, but it's the wrong line. He's just drifted outside leg stump. Help yourself this time for Babar Azam. Room service, help yourself.
These are a regal touch, Babar Azam. One off the front foot and this one off the back foot, just helping the ball on its way, not looking to overhit the ball. He's looking good already, Babar Azam.
He's got such a wonderful eye, Babar Azam. He's going to pick up on line and length so easily. He got a long half volley the ball before. This one is short outside leg stump. Playing him easily.
Well, he's a freak, and we know that, and hence look at the release points. The two bowlers on show now, Imran versus Irfan, and I hear what you're saying too, Wilco. Shouldn't be driven. He really shouldn't be driven with a long half volley through cover or straight down the ground. It should always be fizzing past that belly button, even to the rib cage from this height. It's a bit better, but even so, I know we're talking about yesteryear and 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago when he really did steeple at a lot of opening batsmen, had them in all sorts of trouble. But of course, towards the end of your career, not so easy. But he has got this new ball, and he should not be getting driven like he has today.
Smashed. Saqib, is it? Saqib Mahmood. I'm not sure if it carried. It was really drilled by Colin Ingram. Not sure if it carried. Yes, it did. It did. It did. And that's the. Yeah. It's a reprieve for Colin Ingram. He will breathe a sigh of relief because he's had a poor run. Needs to get stuck in today. Chopped away Rutherford this time. Rutherford saves Mohamed Irfan. 6 gone, power play done. Karachi Kings 37 for 2.
Brilliant. Peshawar Zalmi's bowlers are defending a par total of 188. They started off well, picked up 2 wickets, not leaking quite a few boundaries. Hence, they are in charge.
Power play is done. So the power play over. We'll see the umpire signify that in just a moment. Karachi Kings 37 for 2. It's going to be Saqib Mahmood, the English bowler. Had a difficult chance at mid-off in that last over for a catch. Well, Saqib Mahmood, Saqib is the leading wicket taker in this HBL PSL. He's got 10 wickets.
Isn't it a captain's delight if a bowler is regularly picking up the wickets, especially in T20 cricket? And look at the economy as well. Not bad.
Well, it's brilliant. I'd settle for that. If your fast bowler goes for a fraction over 7, bowled. They've got to get these runs back because Karachi Kings conceded 32 off the last over by Dan Christian. Danny?
Yeah, not surprising. It is Shaheen Shah Afridi near the top of the tree. Saqib at 10. But, Wahab, who's not playing today, of course, with that niggle. And Shad Iqbal. And Dahani. New guys on the block and exciting for them.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Peshawar Zalmi is top of the log. If you have 2 leading wicket takers in a tournament, you've got to be there.
Shoaib Malik is skipper of Zalmi today in the absence of Wahab. Darren Sami on the boundary. Full, a little bit of swing, and it's 4. Kola Cardinal cannot cut this one off.
Yeah, straight out of his coaching manual from Bubba. Oh, delightful. One of the greatest strokes in the game, batters will tell you. On the onside, very difficult stroke. He makes it look so easy. Oh, please.
The margin for error against Babar Azam is so small. Anything that veers off line is just turned away. He'll punish anything that is not absolutely as it should be, line and length or straight.
He's sort of a batsman who doesn't need bad deliveries to score runs. Such a good manoeuvrer of the line and length. Yeah, right. Got to be absolutely brilliant as a bowler. The ball against him. We're talking about Colin Ingram. He's been off the boil in this HBL PSL. He hasn't been impact this HBL PSL. Have a look. Doesn't try and hit the ball hard. A beautiful wrist work, flow of the bat, works beautifully for Babar Azam. Not only batters are going to tell you this is a brilliant stroke, also the coaches always get impressed with straight drives.
Short, he's not in control of this, and he's pays the price. And Ingram is on his way back.
Yeah, once again, Ingram can't get going here for the Kings. His run of low scores continues. Only just had the power play, and the third one down here for the Kings. Good stuff from Mahmood. He's whacked it in. And Haider Ali with a comfortable catch to finish things off for Ingram. Sorry, tail continues. Look at that, 11 deliveries just to get 3, and Karachi of 43 for 3.
Karachi 3 down now, and Mohamed Nabi with a very impressive strike rate of 155 in his PSL career. Top score of 57. And that's in this tournament. So some repair work to be done. It's Ahmad Butt. 4 for 27 his best. His economy is a little expensive at 9.39 for his 16 wickets. Leg side flicked away by Barber.
You make the comparisons here. Peshawar themselves were 34 for 3. So it is a similar scenario in terms of the repair work, and that's where you saw Bopara, and then a little later on with Rutherford. This is smart bowling because they've got him out again trying to play a horizontal bat stroke. He has struggled for any rhythm at all in getting into his work. Colin Ingram, once again, it's that sort of stroke that's brought about his dismissal, and Coach Sammy all over it.
Talk about executing your plans with precision, and that's what Saqib Mahmood has been doing. Decided to bowl a bouncer. It was well directed. When as a batsman you're looking to pull the ball or hook the ball, you have to meet the ball at the arm length. Crept the batsman, got rewarded. Easy catch for Haider Ali.
Colin Ingram, he just can't buy a run at the moment for the Kings. Pressure mounting on Babar Azam to stay the distance, last the distance for the Kings, with the likes of Daniel Christian to come, and Imad Wasim, the skipper, who's a reluctant bowler these days. How about an Oppo selfie moment right here? People moving around in the background. Will that be good? Maybe she's got the video function on. It's a good call for the quick single from Barber.
Well, quite impressive, this Peshawar Zalmi unit. All the fieldsmen are fleet-footed. They're attacking the ball, working very hard and animated. This seems like a well-gelled-in unit.
Nicely steered. Ahmed Nabi, oh dear. Umaid Asif makes a bit of a howler.
And the 50 comes up, courtesy of the misfield. Just saying, about to say, things were going quite nicely in the over prior to this misfield. They're in the contest, those in yellow and black, by posting 188, but that is elementary. You've got to stop those, big guy. Hardly laid any flesh on that at all.
Well, how tall is he? 6'8", 6'5"? He didn't get a finger on it. Didn't get anything on it. Flicked leg side, end of the over. 8 gone, 51 for 3.
Well, it's getting interesting again. Target is 189, 51 for 3, leaves another 138 needed in 72 balls. Which means the asking rate is just under 12 runs per over. And however good a batting side you are, that does not come easily. Now the HBL win prediction backs that up, because it thinks that Peshawar have very much the best chance at 87% of winning the game from here. In which case that final over in the first innings, 32 from Dan Christian's bowling, becomes absolutely critical and would be a fine contender for the turning point of the match. But long way to go yet. Right, Umaid Asif. Ball safely in hand now. Not going to get the verdict, I don't think, for that.
Seen that a couple of times. The batsman walking across. Saw Faf du Plessis lose his wicket earlier, well, yesterday, and earlier today, Shoaib Malik. But David, you and I were speaking about this earlier before we came into the commentary box as to we might just be seeing the trend change here.
Could be the first time. It's the best chance we've had, I think. The side batting first, proving eventually to be the winners, but this is not a game to make grand predictions in. But having said that, as I said just now, 12 runs per over, all the way through the best part of 12 overs now. That's one heck of a strike rate to keep going when you're 3 down.
I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. I don't want to put markers as yet. But chances are, yes.
Well, we had the same situation, or a similar situation, early in the day. We needed a team, I then Zalmi, to put a partnership together to get them to the end of the game, as it were. Then you have that over I just mentioned, 32 from Dan Christian at the end, and suddenly you have a score that's competitive. You still assume that a side batting second will just pace the innings, pace the chase, but actually they're off the pace here, Karachi Kings.
Now, when you're chasing a total of 188, doesn't look difficult on these surfaces. But if you pick up early wickets like Peshawar Zalmi did, makes the job much more easier.
Well, Peshawar at the same time was 63 for 3, so nothing in it with the wickets, but 8 runs behind at the same time, and Peshawar has done absolutely everything right up to the mark, having Karachi 3 wickets down. But that man in the middle there, Babar Azam, he's best suited for these instances, loves playing his shots, and will obviously take a blinder. They want to see the back of him.
Another one in short. At this stage, 2 successive short balls have just gone for the 1. Yeah, the thing about Babar Azam is that we know he is an exceptionally fine player, but in this form of the game, his strike rate lingers at 125. That sort of area. It's 125 exactly in this innings. That's where he is all the time. Which, if you're making 70, 80 runs, is still good, but it does mean you need someone to play around you and take the risks and play the big shots. Good alert fielding. 57 for 3. Every over from now on in, which comes in at less than 12, just pushes that asking rate up.
Just falling behind there a little bit, Karachi, but yes, you talk about Babar's strike lingering around 125, and you saw that big partnership of Peshawar Zalmi as well. But Nabi at the other end can provide that impetus with the big shots, coming off a good innings of 57 the other day.
This comparison, I think, is slightly deceptive. You might think things are pretty even there, but you cannot ignore the final over of 32. That made a huge difference. Somewhere, Karachi Kings have to find something similar, just to sort of nudge themselves up and stay competitive.
Yeah, they have to choose a bowler. Who to go after? Maybe Ahmad Butt?
Well, he was the star at the end of the innings. The big bat of Ahmed Butt. And it's a cracking bat, I can tell you, because that ball goes a long way. That's just a big flick, as it were. Got very strong wrists and forearms, very quick hands, and off that ball disappeared. And now in the role as an all-rounder, has another part to play, another role to play. Oh, well, the slower ball was spotted, maybe almost a half chance, but slapped away in the end through extra cover for 4.
Given himself room and spanked that, rolled his fingers over, slided it, slower delivery, but it's given it a really hard hit. Ravi Bopara putting that big dive, going for the attempted catch, all in vain in the end.
I like that. He went for the catch. He was not bothered about conceding a boundary. A wicket here could have sealed the fate of the game. Nabi is a dangerous batsman.
Jubilee My Stars 11, the fantasy cricket match. You can play, pick your best players throughout the game, from the game, to win the prizes, which include, well, they're worth up to PKR 1 crore. So log on to mystars11.net and have a go at putting together the best team you can. Fancy footwork in the end brings nothing, play and a miss. And talking of that Fantasy 11, yesterday's winner of the Jubilee My Stars 11 Fantasy League was Mohammed Jafar, who scored a massive, not the best yet, but a massive 551 points. So congratulations to him. Good bouncer. Acknowledged as such, recognised as such by the umpire.
We've seen that been effective all throughout the tournament. Well directed.
Well, the risk you take as a bowler is if you put too much into it and it goes too high, then you get penalised. That was right on the limit, I would say.
Talking about yesterday's when I must have surely had Paul Sterling in his side.
Oh yeah, that was a cracking knock, wasn't it? Pulverising little knock. Pulverising big knock. Take your pick.
Both will do.
Well bowled indeed. 62 for 3. Well, that bat's just not good enough, it seems. Still to come. Dan Christian, Ahmad, Ilyas. Whoever comes in next, though, is going to feel the pressure, I can tell you. Maybe Dan Christian thinks he's got some ground to make up. Starts at -32. Not a record he'll be proud to have, but there are ways of making amends, that is for sure. Right, Babar Azam has the strike. We're just talking about those run rates and personal strike rates. In that game, Karachi against Islamabad, where they made 196, still lost. The innings run rate 9.8, Babar's 6.88. I got a hand on it. It's a long way down from there, but he managed to get a hand on it. Just helps the cause. I mean, the point sticks that you have to play around Babar. Whatever his talents, whatever his skills, you cannot expect him at this stage to suddenly develop shots that sail over the boundary and out of the ground. Mohammed Irfan, I tell you, that's a good effort. That is a good effort from him there.
For the moment, the job of these two batsmen are to feature in a partnership. Take this partnership to the 15th over. And then, who knows? Daniel Christians comes out, gives the taste of the medicine given to him. Who knows?
Well, it's exactly what we said about Zalmi's innings an hour or two ago. You know, they were struggling in the middle. They needed to have a partnership to get them to that sort of, as it were, magic point, 15 overs, 5 to go, and then see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what's happened there. That has gone a long, long way. Bouncing off the roof of the stadium. Finally, Mohammed Nabi connects with one right out of the meat of the bat.
Yeah, it's all about getting yourself in a good position to execute those strokes. Have a look. In a good position, clearing his front leg, swing of the bat, on a big 6. 89 meters to be precise.
That's sliced away on the offside. Nip and tuck, nip and tuck. Mohammed Imran down there. Again, that's a very fine effort. That nearly got away from him. He might just be checking this too.
It got into an awkward position. The ball came down to him very quickly, but he's done a fine job there at the second attempt to save a certain boundary as a youngster.
Brilliant effort from the youngster as far as I'm concerned. He got a bad bounce. When he was looking to dive, the ball bounced and he did well to save some runs there.
Well, he chested it down. In the end, it was the old footballer's chest down. There he goes. But from here on, he still had work to do. So this desperate crawl to get to it, another added dive. Does it? They're just checking to see if it flicks that left hand on the way back, at which stage he might well have been in touch with the boundary. So very thorough checking by third umpire. Oh, it's up in the air, it's up in the air, the chance is out. Oh, he's dropped it! Ahmad Butts, the all-rounder, misjudged it, overrun it. Goes through the hands, onto the ground and rolls into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, he never looked comfortable running into that one. Overran that and had to then backpedal. To make matters worse, it's rolled into the fence for a boundary. Got into a very awkward position, going over the right shoulder, then having to move his hands to the left shoulder. It's all over the place there.
Yeah, he looked ethereal in the last over when he was batting. Now he's proved he's only human.
This is good hitting, this is great hitting. 10 yards over the boundary this time. Things are moving on. 83 for 3.
It's a massive shot here. It's in the slot. And Mohammad Nabi is giving it all. 21 coming off that last over from Ahmed Asif. Clears the front leg and he hits it a mile. He's raced to 30 here, Nabi. Just of the 16 deliveries.
Well, that last over, 21. So that makes a big difference. But, despite hitting like this for 1 over, check the asking rate. It's only come down to 11.78, so you know you need, as a chasing side here, you need a couple more overs like that, and you're back on track, maybe. Right, Mohammad Irfan, back into it. 3 overs so far, 1 for 19. All you could say now is in his final over, he is there to try and get a wicket. Treated with respect from the first ball, just the dab down to third man for 1.
Shoaib Malik making the right calls. He's an astute captain. It's a smiled on a time.
Pete Green smile donut.
Three big boundaries, a 6, followed by a drop chance, which then went on to hit the rope. Should have been taken. And he follows it up. What a reply that is. Paying for the drop catch. Peshawar Zalmi under the pump. But like you say, David, in spite of that massive over, the run rate still just a nudge under 12. Also mentioned Babar's strike rate during his innings. The other day, his innings obviously slightly circumspect, if I may say, but it was a Sharjeel show the other end. Hit 105 in that game, but Babar did play a good knock following match, got 90 odd, just of the 60 delivery, so he is able to amp it up when required. But with Nabi at the other end, I still feel Karachi with a very good chance here.
Well, it is about blending the attributes of a team together. Not everyone can strike it at 150 all the time. Oh, does well there. Now that just needed to be 2-3 yards either side of that man, just on the edge of the circle at fine leg. And that was 4. As it is, it's 1. That tilts the balance for this over already. 1-0-1, 1.1 so far.
And that's why I said Shoaib Malik made the right call, asking Irfan to bowl 1 for his side. So far, he has done a good job.
Again, finds the man. That makes the difference too. There are days where the same shot will go 5-10 yards either side. Maybe not so easy off Irfan.
Yes, but he has heard you, David. He's not looking to pitch the ball right up to the batsman, just back of the length. Yeah, things brightening up for Karachi. The win percentage from single digits to 33. Not bad.
Oh, well. It'll go down as a misfield. Shafain Rutherford, the man down there, will go down as a misfield. It'll go in the book as 4. But he was coming in trying to make that into a chance, trying to make that into a pure catching chance. In the end, it dropped 3 or 4 yards short of him. That made it awkward.
There's 2 now misfields off the boundary, both resulting in 4 runs, but trying to attempt the catch and getting himself to a whole spot of bother. Just don't feel it's best of lines here from Irfan, and I feel Karachi missed out the first 2 deliveries, both Nabi and...
So the big question, guys, is should Babar Azam continue batting like this and go right till the end, or just innovate and improvise a little bit?
I think you have to let him play. And I'm not sure he can change that dramatically. And of course, if you try and do something and it fails, and you end up with, what is he, 33 at the moment, and you end up with 40-50 at 122, you're still behind the game. If he stays in and others play round him, and one of those who can do that is Mohammad Nabi, then you keep up. I mean, just the last 2-3 overs, it's still been hovering around 12. It's gone back up again because of that last over. And that's what's so critical. You can't really afford to have more than 1 or 2 underscoring overs.
Here, but here's the turning point for me. I think cricket lovers of T20 have seen a lot of it will know. Just had the strategic timeout. There's a great stat that a lot of wickets tend to fall post the break.
Another play and a miss, couple of dots to begin the brand new session after the strategic timeout. Now, I mean, we know the importance of a partnership in a run chase. We also know about a set batsman, the importance of a set batsman, but T20 also offers a ray of hope for the mega hitters.
Yeah, and that's why I think now is so crucial for Zalmi. Got to get rid of Bubba. Don't let him stay there and dictate and massage the rest of the innings.
In the slot over cover, he's a very, very intelligent operator. Nabi is playing a lovely hand here.
Well, simply speaking, he has to. The onus is on him to play the big shots at this stage. Does well to reach it, does well to get so much bat on it, clears extra cover easily. And that brings up the 50 partnership as well. It's 52 now from 34. And just to illustrate the point, that's not quick enough from now on in.
Well, that is smashed, but a well-appointed fielder picks up the ball. Denny, what is the best way to bowl to a guy who's clearing the front leg. I mean, you know that Nabi is going to go that way. Slow delivery, Yorker length, round the wicket.
Yeah, both. I think certainly that Yorker, when you get it right, and it's possibly tailing now, it's almost 13 overs old, and they clear that front there, and you want to hit it. See how he's got out there. He's timed that well, though, to be fair, Nabi. He's opened up. If you go slightly too early, allow the bowler to try and tail it in. And then, of course, you're brave enough to bowl a good changer.
Last ball is a wide ball. They go for an appeal. Given a wide.
And then those will be thinking, well, I'd leave Babar Azam in. But if he bats the rest of the innings, that's what I'm saying about massaging the innings. If he is allowed to stay there, don't worry about it. He will find ways to find gaps and hit boundaries. Not necessarily a big six-hitter, Babar Azam, but he is so graceful and so good at manipulating the field. And with a slick outfield the way it is here, the big boys at the other end, they can hit it over the fence. Bubba can easily keep finding the fence through boundaries.
Oh, it's another dot. Very, very good over under pressure. Just 7 from it. 97 for 3.
Yeah, that last ball had a little extra in it and a bit of bounce. And it was the extra bounce that beat the shots. If you think back to the two earlier in the over, which went through to the keeper, they went through much lower. One went almost double bouncing through. There's the bounce, there's that extra bounce. And taken above waist height as opposed to on the bounce or low down.
In Rambo, just to go on about your point there about worrying about bowling to these guys, modern era now, 13 and over, yes, but it is so gettable, and we've seen it so often in franchise T20 around the globe, particularly on a really good surface that can come on, and one side of the pocket of the boundary is quite small. Let's not forget about that, and it's a slick outfield.
Hitters to come, Christian, Imad. Two very, very good options for Karachi Kings. Oh, perilously close to the stumps. The frustration is building, the pressure is building, and you can easily lose your control, bit of clarity in a tough situation where boundaries are needed. Seam up ball, angle into the stumps. It's a good line to bowl to Nabi because he likes to clear the front leg, so just tuck him up there, close him out.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, that length, I think Nabi will feel aggrieved he's missed out there. It was that length there where he should have actually got something on it, with all that real estate to his left out on the leg side.
Makes room once again. Oh, that's gone through. 100 comes up for Karachi Kings. Irfan there with his full 7-foot frame, couldn't control it.
It was always going to be too much of an ask, I'm afraid. It's a long way down from there.
Yeah, it is a long way at 7'2". And I heard you on with Alan Wilkins earlier, Mr. Gower. Don't get on in age, and it's not so easy.
Slow ball, expose the stumps. That's a wonderful shot, great placement.
I can't blame the bowler for trying this. Good change of pace, but he just got it slightly wrong. See it come out of the hand, yeah. Can't blame him for trying to execute this. But credit to Nabi, waited and placed it. Back-to-back fours needed.
Yeah, almost too slow. I mean, it's a clever ball, yes, to bowl. It's a tricky ball to bowl. Almost too slow because he had just enough time to readjust, time it, place it.
A lot of clean hitting going on. That's aerial, that's gone the distance. 50 comes up for Nabi with a classical 6. The chase is on.
Well, he's got this out of the fat for sure. Mohamed Nabi, back-to-back half centuries. Thing is now, can he continue? Can he kick on and make it really count and help his side over the line here? Because the asking rate is still a dozen and over. But my word, that is sweet.
Actually, I'll tell you what, he did really well to get his hands through that shot, because the ball followed him and he almost ran out of space to get the arms through.
It's a great 50. 54 off 28. Strike rate of almost double ton. Required rate still over 12. This shows you what needs to be done. Oh, that's a good idea. Better ball. Didn't go short this time. It was full and around that off-stump line.
Yeah, Nabi just went a little bit too much leg side. The idea was right, but he just gave himself a little bit too much room here.
Well, it's fine margins again, both the batsman and bowler. Nabi goes just too far, can't get bat on it, and it is how far away from that off stump?
There's a zinger ball, that. Triple 1 for 3. 4-4-6 dot. Worked into the gap for 4. This is brilliant from Nabi. Turning it on, big over for Nabi and his side. 115 for 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, at face value, that's nearly a very good ball, which makes it a very good shot in response. This time he holds his ground, Mohamed Nabi, holds his ground, flicks it away. We're back to fine margins.
Win-loss prediction. I'm pretty bad at reading this graph, but I'll try. So Karachi in the last 4 overs have sprung back to life.
Well, there's the jaws of a monster here, might be closing. Could be a monster finish.
Iron Man is in. No timing from Babar. The problem with Zalmi's attack is that they do not have a spin option, a regular spin option. But it's been Nabi's knock that has given them a lot of hope. Some lovely crisp shots, bit of improvisation thrown in as well. Power hitting base, and then he goes through the shot through the offside, through the leg side. This was that big 6 to give him his 50.
Yeah, I just mentioned that spinning option, Rambo, was Shoaib Malik. He's in the twilight now, certainly, but remember him bowling sometimes at death. He used to get some very good full Yorkers in, didn't he? Bowling in white ball cricket at the end. He doesn't tend to do that anymore, isn't it? I understand he's getting on, but he doesn't seem to bowl that much anymore.
Yeah, he's a reluctant off-spinner these days, but I think if he is to be employed, it's time right now for him to come and bowl an over, because you can still buy a wicket at this stage. 12 and over, a couple of flighted balls, who knows?
Well, if he's bowling, it has to be the other end.
Yeah, with Nabi on strike too. But yeah, worth the crack, I reckon.
Big 6. Lovely striking this time from Babar Azam. Picked the length early. That leaves a few nerves as well. He's looking for that big shot. He's got one.
Well, if Babar Azam chips in with a few more of these, and Mohammad Nabi keeps going as he is, monster finish.
The other great thing about this is that where are we playing? We're at Karachi. Who's batting? There you go. The vibe from the crowd here lifting the two men in the middle for sure.
Wahab not playing today. Injured. At this stage, Peshawar were 108 for the loss of 4. Jadon, super over. Could we have won a bit later? A super over to decide this, but it's been a magnificent run chase. A brave run chase. Nabi playing beautifully on 59, and Babar Azam now 40 of 30. Into the gap for a couple of runs. Once you get the rhythm, then there is no stopping you, and I think this is what Babar Azam is hoping for. 2-3 good balls smack in the middle of the bat, couple of 4s and a 6 to go with it, and then back in it. Fielder push back at cover, it's an easy single.
I just wanted, he should have maybe put that one away there, Bubba. It was a low full toss and he just punched it to cover. Oh yeah, only millimetres in it. If it had tailed slightly, poles everywhere. Bit of luck for Mohammad Nabi though.
4 millimetres and not out, could have become out. Partnership glowing, 83 or 48. Oh, unlucky. Went straight to the fielder. They're 1-2-6 for 3. .63 in 5 overs. Karachi Kings are well set, well placed. 126 for the loss of 3. HBL win prediction. Karachi Kings still not favourites yet. Zalmi slightly ahead.
I never quite understand how when the game is as tight as this, possibility of the tie and therefore the super over seems for some reason, some miraculous reason, to disappear.
Right. Well, we talked about this game being of inches, millimeters. Well, catching has been below par clearly. This should have been taken. It was a skyer, not only a drop chance but a 4. Ahmad Butt was the culprit. He's back in to bowl his 4th over, none for 31. Oh, that was pretty needless. That really was needless.
Rutherford impetuous youth, a little pumped. It's not needed. I was always going to sneak in anyway if he did that.
Well, the batsman anticipated that, had his eye on him, and the man way out on the boundary at long on didn't. Free run.
Oh, that's gone for 4 byes. A toughie for the keeper, Ahmad, but not entirely there. A little rushed he appears to be in a crunch situation like this, and good of Shoaib Malik to just go up to him to calm his nerves.
Oh, coming at Mal should have done a little bit better than that too. Yeah, just pushing off that left leg maybe a little better. Certainly should have got a bit more glove on it and stopped the going to the fence. But this is pressure on in these death overs starting. 16th over. And they've got to stop this flow. They've got to stop this partnership to Zalmi.
It's about consistency. You've got to knit 2 or 3 dots there to get some relief. More of the same, please, if you're a Zalmi fan. Different kind of a slow ball. Bowls almost a wrong one.
If nothing, can we have that slow ball again, please?
Big shot.
Sorry,
that's gone the distance. 50 comes up for Babar. Earlier it was Nabi with a 6 to reach that milestone with a glorious 6 on 51.
Babar baby, cutting loose here. Try to hit the other one a little too hard, the slower ball from Ahmed, but this one disappears. Oh, yes.
17th 50 for Babar Azam in HBL PSL. Most by anyone. Good thing about him, whether it's T20 or 50 overs cricket, even Test cricket, he doesn't throw it away. If he gets off to a start, then you know that he'll try his mightiest to make it happen and win the contest.
Well, he's got time just to draw breath here as the umpires are looking at the balls. Don't know where that one ended up. So time to draw breath, have a little drink, get some air into those gloves.
Lot to like about his batting, his driving, straight driving, and then this flick pull. Typical Babar Azam shot. This was lovely as well. Started off by playing just regular conventional shots. Grew into the act. Couple of 6s. A lot of powerful drives. He's on a 50 of just 35. His scoring rate has improved. 17 50 plus in 50 innings. A model of consistency.
Such a class act. It wasn't that long ago it was all about white ball for Babar, and then he's blossomed into his test match mode and become the complete batter in all forms of the game.
That little pause allowed Zalmi to get together in a huddle. Got to reboot, rejig stuff here. Got to feel well. 27 balls left to win or lose this.
Well, I don't know what happened to that last ball. Can't tell from this range, but there's been 3-4 minutes of discussion and appraisal by the umpires and 3 or 4 of the Zalmi players and bowlers. Yeah, Danny, what sort of ball, if you've got to change a ball at this stage, what sort of ball are you hoping for as a defending bowling side?
Yeah, exactly. They want the slower, older ball because it'll be softer and not come off as much. And when you're bowling your change-ups, your variety, it's so much better to have an older ball.
Covers the stumps, goes leg side into the gap. Lovely placement. He's picked up his rhythm. The charge is on from both ends now.
Sure is. Doesn't matter what the ball is like. You don't quite get your length and your lines against this guy. Tries that slower ball again. He's brave as Ahmed Butt. But yeah, look, it's into that slot. Yeah, it's in the slot length to play that for Babar Azam. Wide open spaces out there.
100 partnership of 54 balls. I'm sure he'll go again. Required weight has come down to 10.62. Covers the stumps, goes big on the leg side. Will this be taken? Catch, chance, and gone. Imamul Haq there. Could have been a great catch. He's the sub.
Substitute. He's come second here. There's Imamul Haq. Got airborne and palmed it over the bar.
Watch the first few steps if you can, because he came in and had to go back. They are terribly hard to judge, but he had to go back, and by the time you go back, you cannot control your balance. It would have still been a miraculous catch had he stayed where he was, because that ball does seem to carry on. Must have been a bit of rarefied atmosphere for some reason, just out of deep mid-wicket. Just seemed to keep going.
New ball, DG.
Aerodynamic ball.
In the meantime, Ahmed Butt has gone for 54. None for 54 in 3.5. He will tee off again. Babar Azam on 61. Easy shot for him to execute. That's going to be a 4. Valiant effort. He stopped the ball. That's good fielding. A mood lifter. Saqib with a desperate effort. 150 comes up for Kings. 3 down for 151.
It's 142 kilometers an hour being delivered by Saqib, and that's his fourth HBL 6, and they're going to have to find another white ball.
Sure are. You look at the state of this match where that partnership between Bopara and Rutherford of 82, and they're being trumped here by Nabi and Baba. We've put on 114 from 57, Oosh.
Danny, the best part about this partnership is this. Babar Azam has stepped up his scoring rate, has got 30 now of the last 10 deliveries he's faced. Because you can't always leave it to the man on the other end.
Yeah, that's the pressure. That's what happens when you get pumped. You start to try wide Yorkers, and if you miss it, well, it goes ugly.
But Aruj, what has happened here is Mohammad Nabi has come in, and he's got such a cool head for the scenario. Add his calmness to his destructive abilities, and you got the perfect cocktail there, haven't you? And Mohammad Nabi has done this time after time again for Afghanistan, for virtually all the franchises he represents.
He's got 31 now to get from 23.
Oh, there's that bottom hand and that punch. Oh, he is so hard to stop when he is in this groove. Babar Azam, he knew he had to come back because he simply wants to keep Mohammad Nabi on strike, who's 67 from 34, folks. Going like a steam train.
Well, we've all been speaking about this, and it almost looked like the team batting first might just be in with a chance, but Mohammad Nabi has turned this game on its absolute head, batting at a strike rate of 197. And Karachi now just required 29 of 22 deliveries.
Cruising, absolutely cruising, unless the Zalmi can get both these gentlemen out. Simple as that. They've got to knock over Nabi and Baba.
Let's not forget that Karachi Kings conceded 32 off their last over. That's another wide. Dan Christian was the unfortunate bowler who conceded the 32, which is a record, an unwanted record in the HBL PSL. They went from 156 to 188 in that 20th over. So Karachi have had to do it the hard way, and they're on course here. I think, is that a grimace or a smile? It's something. It's a combination of the both, Wasim.
Well, obviously there's very tense feelings in both dugouts, but let's not forget they dropped him on 20, that man on screen, and he's making them pay.
And he certainly is. You do not give any of these star quality players a second opportunity. Has he got enough of it? No, he's clothed it and gone. Kola Cadmore with a gift. And is this the turning point? Is this the turnaround here at the death? Nabi's got to go. Can they get Baba now?
It's the last thing that the Kings wanted. That Kola Cadmore, with his 5th catch in this edition of the HBL PSL, and a little change of grip, and the way he delivered it, it's a little slower, and Jubilee safe hands belong to the Englishman, Tom Kola Cadmore. What a wonderful innings from Mohammad Nabi. 67 in 35, 161 for 4.
Bubba's on strike, Dan Christian's at the non-strikers. And it is not great bowling into those legs of Babar Azam. Far too easy to get picked off there.
Not the line to bowl after picking up a wicket. They have to tighten the screws here to Peshawar Zalmi. String in line. The class of Babar Azam will not miss out on those. 24 now, just of the 20 deliveries. The last wicket that Saqib Mahmood picked up, he becomes the first bowler in the PSL to take 2 wickets on 6 consecutive occasions now. And he's not done.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's consistency for you. There's a dot ball, they're gold. So we've got 1 to go in the 17th. Can it be a wicket? Can it be another one? Allen.
Slower ball, and he picks out the one man who has not dropped a catch in this edition of the HBL PSL. Kola Cadmore. It's as simple, that's catching practice. Who is he, Danny?
Tommy Casey. Well, that's some great names of late.
Great hand. 67.
And Babar Azam is going to hold on to the strike. So 15 of the 17th, it's 166 for 4.
188 for 5. Peshawar Zalmi, they scored 32 in the 20th over that was bowled by Dan Christian. His figures took a rather ugly pounding. He went for that 32.
Mohammad Imran. So Bubba's going to squeeze one in off the hip. Think about two. Too easy. Cruising here, Karachi. They must get rid of Babar Azam now, who's into the 70s.
Dan Christian now in with him. He owes them a few runs. He was on the receiving end of Ahmad Butt's bat earlier in the day when he got dispatched for 32. But Ahmad also responsible for dropping Nabi earlier on. What a fine knock, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet. 21 is still what they need.
Need a wicket. Need the wicket of Babar Azam right now. He didn't get all of it. And I don't mind that. You've got Dan Christian now to face up, who disappeared in his final over. Dan Christian went for 32. A record. He owes Karachi a few blows.
Yeah, Danny, you have a look who's got to bowl. Umaid Asif has gone for 36 in 3 overs. He's got one left. Saqib has bowled 3 overs, 2 for 28. Irfan's out, he's finished, and this is Imran finishing his 4.
Yeah, running out. Saqib just finishes out for me. Doesn't it underline if you get someone like a Rashid Khan, like a Rashid Khan wrist spinner, someone like that, there's a little bit of pace off and can get purchase from the pitch. A good pitch too. It's where they miss a trick here a little bit. They love a spinner, someone that's got a little bit of a variety, which they've left out Majid, of course, but he's not like a wrist spinner. He's that tricky finger spinner and it floats a bit at you. But you got a wrist spinner, big difference in T20. Oh, well played, beautifully played. DC straight away gets 4.
Well, he doesn't need motivation. His motivation, Dan Christian, is the 32 he conceded for his team, and he is hell-bent on getting those runs back and getting Karachi over the line, because he probably felt like the most unwanted man in that dugout when he walked off.
He's got the wry smile as well. Completely agree with you, Alan. Absolutely no motivation required. Just that bowling last over is more than enough. 16 now required.
No need to get run out at the stage. Yeah, he would have. You're right, Wilco. I felt awful as one of the senior pros, particularly in this format where he's done so well. Won 9 titles, Dan Christian. And to disappear for 32 in that final over just allowed the Zalmi to feel and believe they've got something on the board to be competitive and trying to halt the Kings. But certainly Nabi and Bubba, extraordinary.
What a noise inside the stadium, and it's not nearly half full, but it's great cheering the home team on here. 16 from 14 required.
Big bottom hand, and there's another dot. Suddenly. 1 to go. You just never know. 16 from 13.
This is a good over. This is a very good over. Apart from that one that squeezed past third man. 2-1-4, 2 dots.
Gold at this stage, those dot deliveries. And he'd love it for Peshawar Zalmi if he can manage to squeeze just one more there, Alan. One more dot delivery.
No, Rouge, I want to pole out.
Well, you want to hear another bosh, don't you there, Danny?
No, I want a stump fly. I want to see Christian get knocked over here. Add to the drama. Oh, not far away, I tell you what. What a brave delivery to be bowled with the last one. Only 7 off with 3 dots on the trot. It's 173 for 4 here.
Ravi Bopara compiled a very classy 58 not out. Shafeen Rutherford with 46. Ahmad Butt came in at the end and smashed 27 not out. He took it all out on Dan Christian, but Ahmad Butt was the man who dropped Mohammad Nabi on 20 out at deep mid-wicket. When he was on 20, he went on to make 67. So 16 runs required in 12. The odds are still very much with Karachi.
Saqib. Oh, laced clean. Signature Babar Azam through extra.
Absolute class here from Babar Azam. Calm, composed and poised. Length delivery at this stage and put away.
Well, that was always the concern mentioned a little while ago. If they allowed Babar Azam to orchestrate this innings, to massage it through, he'd do this to you. Manipulate you beautifully.
It's just got that mental architecture which is so well designed, and he just uses it so well. By stealth. Classy is the word. He's 76 from 45, and that strike rate, which was languishing just about 110, 109, is now up to 168.
And also, as I said before, Wilco, they believe, the modern player believes they can get 13, 14, 15s and over if the pitch is good, and it's a good one, it's a ripper, and the boundary on one side's tiny, and the outfield slick. So you've got all of that in your favour as a batting side. And you've got someone like Mohammad Nabi striking like he did, and Bubba with all his class, and you get someone like Christian to come in and finish things off. It is Dan Christian. Just a little flick, a little miss hit. Look at that. Things running your way for the batting side here.
Well, this is a Peshawar Zalmi side without their regular captain Wahab Riaz. 4 for 17 in the last match. He's not playing tonight because of an injury, and they're missing him dearly. They are missing him. Hashim Amla, Darren Sammy and co. They know that this game has slipped away from their grasp with the class of Babar Azam.
9 from 9 here. That's inside the line. Yeah, just opened up a little too early here, Dan Christian. Cleared that front leg and couldn't reach this one.
Very nice floater there, beautifully bowled. You need a few more of those. Bowling with a fine leg and third man inside the ring. But deep point at the boundary, deep cover. And the 3 men on the leg side as well, square leg, mid wicket and long on.
Gorgeous little floating delivery, that previous one. Up. Boom! It's gone all the way here from Dan Christian. Great striking this from the Australian. Oh, 13 off, 1 to go here. Only 3 required now.
Hometown captain already fist pumping in the dugout. Was a J. fast delivery, but was dispatched even faster. It's a great hit, clears his front leg. And all TKC can do there is watch the ball sail over his head.
Well, it has to be said too, some good slower balls, but some slot balls on offer here. Not quite, just inside. Finishes the 19th, it's 186 for 4. Mr. Club Med's back. With the hair and the band, it's all there. Ahmed to bowl the final one. Only 3 required though, so that's the tough gig. Amazing if there's a twist in this final one. Can they knock over Babar Azam with this delivery? Oh, little dot to start. No need to panic, of course, but interesting if there's another couple of dots back to back here.
Pressure so much on Ahmed Asif, has already gone for 36 from his 3 overs, so he's been expensive. He's gone at 12. Shoaib Malik, the standing captain for the Zalmi.
Up, and a lot of space out there on the big side of the ground. Only one. There is Dan Christian, who's the Australian all-rounder, who probably feels he owes a bit after disappearing for 32 in the final over. Here we are in the final over of the Kings innings. And it's all smiles because there's no pressure on the skipper. Game off. Niggly little back injury. Couldn't play today. 2 required now. Where could this be going? Hustle for 2. Get it easy. Listen to the crowd. Went for 4 anyway. But fist pumps and handshakes all round. For the Kings, 191 for 4. They win by 6 wickets to the Karachi Kings.
The most relieved man on that field is Dan Christian. Having conceded 32, the most expensive over in HBL PSL history, he hits the winning runs. He finishes 16 not out, but another outstanding, impeccable innings by Babar Azam. 77 not out from 47, 6 4s, 3 6s, with a strike rate of 163. Smiles from Darren, Sammy and co, but they know that they've been undone by Babar Azam, but also by themselves. Ahmad Butt dropping Mohammad Nabi at 20, and he went on to hit 67 from 35. A gem of an innings, but a match though Ahmad Butt, I should say, he's feeling the pain. He is feeling the pain, but they'll debrief and they'll look back on these moments, and another superb piece of batting, irrepressible